This week was probably the most insane week of technical work yet. I've re-implemented my entire collision detection system with an octree. I found a major slowdown which could be resolved with just one single line of code. And also, probably most importantly, I've managed to get the Vulkan render system working. This one's been hanging over my head since about 2023, because now that that's sorted, Android support is actually possible. This is a game about exploration and discovery in a high fantasy world. You find things, kill monsters, level up, and just gradually discover the world. It's going to be fun. I make a devlog each week, and I kind of feel like the game is coming together, so why not subscribe? We are actually getting somewhere with Vulkan support now, which is shocking. I didn't think this day would ever actually come. I'm now using the latest version of Ogre, which is 3.0, which came out recently and fixed a bunch of different things that I was kind of waiting on. See, look, so it's found Vulkan devices and it's doing Vulkan stuff. So it's Vulkan. I mean, there it is. So remember, stuff like this minimap is generated on the CPU and then sent over. So like something I had to figure out, for instance, was this barrier solver logic. And like not even ChatGPT knew how to do this, so this is how I knew I was up against it. OpenGL is just like super permissive with a lot of this stuff. Like it basically let you do whatever you want. But Vulkan, it's like, no, you've got to make sure that the right like memory is in place and you're not like doing a resource thing, or it's not going to be like, you know, undescript behavior. The thing is, it's all designed with multi-core architectures in mind, so you can blow it up. This is the thing. What I now do is I keep all of my textures created at startup, and they're just created at like a lower resolution. And then when I come to actually need to use them, I will move them over to on the CPU, set the resolution, and then later on at some point I move them back to the GPU, I think. And then what I have to do is actually refresh the workspace, so I give it all of the textures. So I've had to figure out how to do all this stuff. Oh man, it's all quite intense. Right, no failing tests. No fucking failing tests when using Vulkan. Oh, what? No. Texture blah 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 is not. That sounds like nonsense. Hey! Yes! And look, we've still got our UTF-8 bullet points. Yes, it is. Oh yes, that's. Oh, look at it running. We smashed it. And it's only been like 2 days into this week. Could this be Vulkan and OpenGL running in the cloud? So debug Vulkan. Look, it's actually running it. I just modified my test runner Python script to be able to pass in different flags, and now you can set the render system. Right, for the first time in probably this project's entire history, I'm actually looking at doing some CPU profiling. Some of the performance bottlenecks are so big that I just can't ignore them anymore. So like for instance, I've spent the sum total of about 10 seconds in the CPU profiler here, which is actually very nice. 83% of entire CPU time for this application is spent on one thread. That's fantastic. That's exactly what it should be. I'm joking, by the way, in case you don't know anything about computers. Oh, and look at that. Collision World, process collision, accounts for 50% of the CPU time for this entire application. That's beautiful. Which exactly was where I knew it was going to be, because do you know what this Collision World is called? Collision World Brute Force. That sounds like something that is really going to be as efficient as possible. A brute force algorithm. This is like having an employee that I don't actually have to pay. Like what is some of this? I am very disappointed. Sad face. Okay, well it's already doing better than ChatGPT did. Okay, there we go. That fixed it. See, I actually do know how to program, unlike Claude. I still don't think AI is actually going to replace programmers yet, but I found it is actually really useful to do jobs like this. It's great for writing a dodgy Python script, but I am reluctant to use it in a large project like this. Having said that, there are some cases like this where me figuring out how to actually write my octree implementation probably would have cost me another day, and being self-employed and all that sort of thing, like using stuff like this where I can is actually really useful. I've had to kind of massage a bit of what Claude gave me, kind of wasn't really there. Yeah, so I mean this is it running with the octree, and it seems to be essentially running the same. Oh, okay, hasn't crashed. The frame rate's actually worse. Oh my good lord, what's happening? Oh, I've still got my for loop debugging turned on. At least it didn't crash. That's all I really care about. At the end of the day, shipping inefficient code, who cares? No crashes. Oh my god. Look, we're still on 60. Dude, no way. Are you telling me this code that was almost entirely written by Claude just did it? Like, I know I had to massage it a little bit, because I'm that human element that's got to get it over the line, right? I am the last 20%. Yeah, damn. I mean, look at this. We're on 60. We are on 60. And this is running in Xcode in like full debugger mode, which is always dog slow, and it's fine. That's so surprising, honestly. Sorry, it used to take 30% and now it takes 2.3. Oh mate, this performance improvement is insane. Look at this awful code that ChatGPT wrote. Sam Altman, mate, you gotta step your game up. They're all catching up to you. I've got so much done in 3 days. This is unreal. This is probably the best week of development so far, especially in terms of technical. So I'm just trying to get the Ogre terrain example working in place. Now the main reason I'm doing that is because the ocean currently has no vertex optimizations whatsoever. Oh, okay, there we go. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Oh my god. This is why you don't write shaders, kids. This is the saddest part of this video though, because I spent the rest of the week on this water optimization that I thought would only take a day. The idea was that by using the level of detail calculations built into the terrain system, I could reduce the number of vertices I ended up actually needing to draw. To be honest though, this system is mostly there. The problem was really just drawing the materials properly. God, I'm knackered. Right, I've essentially got it working. Oh yeah. There we go. Look, you can see, level of detail. Nothing about that was fun. Here's just a quick example of me running a terrain inside of the procedural world. Okay, there we go. Look at all this extra topology we've got. Oh. Right, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted. Look at all this level of detail calculation. Okay, so it sort of doesn't really look correct. This has just more to do with probably the way I'm drawing it though. So in the bits that do have high topology, it doesn't look bad. But in these sorts of bits over here, it just doesn't really look like anything. Right, currently it is 2 AM and I'm trying to get this to work. This is as far as I've got. You can sort of see, so some of it's working, the mask thing sort of works. But I've managed to get the scale in place. This is all using terrains and I'm just trying to get like the last little bit to work. Okay, so if I don't have the weight map, it draws it like that. I think this is one of the things that I was hoping was just going to work, the material system. It's not that I'm defeated by this, but I thought this was going to be a quick optimization. What's that line? It's like, we do this not because we think it's right, but because we thought it would be easy. This was an ordeal. As much as it's sad, I think I'm just going to do a tactical retreat for this week. So I think it can be done, I just need a few more days. The material thing is going to be more annoying than I thought it was. I think I'm just going to park it up for now and move on. So that's it for this week, and I'm just really excited about the CPU optimizations we actually got done because those performance bottlenecks were just getting, like, they were unbearable. And I also want to say we had some good audience engagement last week from all those comments that were left. There was a noticeable uptick in the number of comments. So what I'm thinking is, how about you guys let me know what you want me to work on next week? Because as far as I see it, we essentially have two options, which is either I start on the Android support, which is another technical thing not related to gameplay, and I kind of wanted to do that for a long time, to be totally honest, or I go off and do something else. So the main thing I'm thinking is just compositor or just generally try and make the game look better. I'm thinking about things like fog. I want to have some outlines on the enemies. I want to do like that thing that where they go behind the tree, there's like a black outline, that sort of thing. Or just generally let me know anything at all. I mean, I'll always take considerations for what to work on next, and yeah, we'll see what happens. As long as you don't mention the GUI, because I will get to that later. And as we spend a good amount of this week of me failing to get the water to work properly, how about you watch this video, where I don't fail to get the water to work properly?